When we begin our career in network marketing, there's a tendency for people to be a little bit overwhelmed with all the things you need to learn. What's really important, what's critical, what's not so important, and so on and so forth. And believe me, first of all, that's true in any career. If you enroll in West Point today, I'm sure as you think about what it's going to take to be a great general, you can be a little overwhelmed with all you need to learn. Just like they would do there, just like they do in great medical schools, we're going to break this down so you understand the basics and you get the 6 main skills you need to understand to become a great network marketer. And now what we're going to do is just list all 6 skills, give you a brief explanation, and then what you want to do after you watch this video is go into a detailed explanation of all 6 areas so you can really be trained thoroughly on all 6. Let's start off with number 1. The first skill you need to learn is how to invite people. Okay, whether it be to watch a DVD, whether you're inviting them to a conference call, whether it's inviting them to a live meeting in a hotel, whether it's inviting them to a 2-on-1, whatever you're inviting them to, whatever type of exposure it is, you must learn how to be a great inviter. Now, there's many other skills, the other 5 we're going to go through, but the one which you must master, in my mind, above all, is inviting. And we'll explain before we're done why that's true. The second skill is presenting. Presenting the opportunity, being able to do a 2-on-1, being able to do a hotel meeting or any kind of group orientation, whatever it might be. If you can do the presentation, if you can be in front of the room and do a training or do a presentation, that would be the second skill. Now, obviously, number 1 fear in the world is the fear of public speaking, so this is not something that everyone's going to be great at. Rest assured, if you're not a great presenter, you can still make a whole bunch of money and become a great networker. Third skill, follow up and close. Notice I said follow up and close. The fortune, they say, is in the follow up. And bottom line is when we're done with the presentation, no matter how great the presentation, no matter how great the DVD, no matter how great the sales tool, when all is said and done, you got to look in the eyes of your prospect and facilitate action. Get them to spend the money to become a distributor, perhaps get your product or service, whatever the case might be. But we learn how to close people and overcome objections. That's our third skill. The fourth skill, which to me is one of the most vital, it is the most vital if you're going to duplicate and have a huge organization, is on-the-job training. How are you going to teach your reps how to make this business work? And once again, remember, there are 6 videos coming to give you detailed information on all of this, but just throwing a bunch of spaghetti against the wall and seeing which is going to stick, that's what some people do, but that's not what professionals do. Professionals understand specifically what to do with a brand new distributor as soon as they get joined into your business. The 5th skill is one which I think is a lost art. As a matter of fact, you can go to a lot of networkers and they don't even know that they're supposed to be good at this or they don't understand it. But the ones that build huge groups and build them quickly definitely understand number 5, which is the ability to promote. Promote the impending event, whether it's a training, whether it's a conference call, whether it's the annual convention. They are always promoting something, a contest, something, because people need to be engaged. They are working for recognition every bit as much as they are working for a paycheck. So you need to keep people focused on the next event, the next event, the next event, the next event. It's very critical. And I know so many people when they get started, they overlook promoting. I know one person in particular who's an excellent inviter and who's the best promoter I've ever met, and she makes a bloody fortune in this industry. To my knowledge, she's never done a presentation. She's an adequate at follow-up and closing. But the bottom line is she is absolutely the very best I've ever seen at promoting the next event. She doesn't need to be doing the event. She doesn't need to be doing the conference call or the training. She just needs to promote everyone on her team, from her leaders down to the newest person, get to that event. And the 6th skill and the final skill, and a skill that very, very few people actually are going to become great at, but it's still a skill that you need to know about and strive for if you want to become the best of the best. The 6th skill is leadership development. That's where you are going to be working directly with people and or doing trainings and getting people to be better than they could ever be, to get people to become champions in their life, not just to build a downline, not just to learn the previous 5 skills, tactics, tactically, but how to become a true champion in every aspect of their lives. Now, I would highly recommend you don't even mess with that one right now until you yourself are making a very stable six-figure income, until you've got bunches of people on your team that are ready to make that six-figure income jump. Don't even mess with that. You can outsource leadership development your entire life and not have to worry about it. But obviously, if you can go through all 5 steps and then ultimately become a leader of leaders, then that's when greatness and incredible financial abundance will be yours. So those are the 6 skills, and I will share with you once again the 2 skills in my mind that are least critical for you to focus on are presenting and leadership development, because they can be outsourced to other people that are good at them. That means the 4 skills that are critical for every networker to get are inviting, follow up and close, on-the-job training, and promoting. And if there was only one, if there was just one thing that I could become really exceptional at and still make a nice living in network marketing, it would simply be inviting. Because the bottom line is you can invite so many people that even if the presentation stinks, even if your follow-up and closing skills are pretty bad, even if you really don't do very good on-the-job training, even if you don't promote anything and there's no leadership development, if you simply throw in so many people to the system and so many people are exposed to it, eventually the cream is going to rise to the top. Now, it'll take a longer time to happen. You'll never be nearly as good, or the group won't be nearly as big as it would be if you knew at least 3 or 4 of these skills and you could master them. But the bottom line is ultimately focus on inviting. And inviting is the least glorious. But once again, very important question I'm going to ask you over and over again. Do you want to be important, or do you want to be rich? So many people in network marketing focus on the presentation. And you know what? I don't know a comp plan in the world that pays a presentation bonus, but I know a lot of comp plans that pay you a profit on anyone you personally sponsor or enroll into the company. So check this out. If your goal is to be important, you'll probably fail in network marketing. However, if your goal is to become wealthy, I want you to notice that when you become wealthy, ironically, you become important without even trying to do so. So if you really want to be important, put it on the side for now. Focus on being a great inviter. Let someone else get all the glory and you just take the paycheck. That's our first step towards moving you towards where you want to get to. These are the 6 skills. If you're doing something other than mastering these 6 skills, you're making a mistake. These are the skills that count. These are the skills, and these are the only skills you need to know to become a great network marketer.